Thanks for joining me today on Craig's Gun Channel. Today we're going to cover the Mauser Construction 96, or C96. This firearm was developed in 1894 by three brothers that were employed at Mauser, Joseph, Fidel, and Friedrich Federle. It was patented in 1895 by Mauser and entered production in 1896, hence the name C96. Originally designed to shoot the 7.65 Borchardt cartridge, it was subsequently finalized to utilize a proprietary 7.63 by 25 cartridge. This cartridge used an 86-grain bullet at 1,450 feet per second, producing 402 foot-pounds of energy, making it the highest velocity commercially manufactured pistol cartridge until the advent of the .357 Magnum. Eventually, the pistol was also adopted to use other cartridges, including the 9mm and even the .45 ACP. The pistol featured a 5.5-inch barrel with a 10-round, non-detachable magazine in front of the trigger. The resulting pistol is therefore fairly long and weighed in at 2.5 pounds. Continuous design changes occurred throughout the production of the pistol, resulting in a multitude of variants that collectors still debate over. In 1898, a pistol carbine variant was produced which included a detachable wooden stock which also doubled as the holster. This feature became a staple for the firearm ever since then. During the First World War, the need for arms of all types resulted in an order of 150,000 from the German government. The order specified that it utilized the new 9mm cartridge that the German military was adopting. Most of these produced had a red 9 on the grips to denote that it was not the standard 7.63 cartridge, and these are highly sought after today. Following Germany's defeat, the terms of the surrender resulted in restrictions being placed on German arms manufacturers, forcing Mauser to shorten the barrel length and return to the original 7.63 cartridge. The grip was also redesigned and made slightly smaller. This new design found its primary market being Bolshevik Russia, thus the name Bolo was associated with this version. This model was produced through 1930, at which time the original grip design and barrel length was again produced primarily for export, with this model being called the commercial model, or M30, and it was produced through the late 1930s when war again engulfed the region. During this time period, versions with increased and even detachable magazines were produced, and there were even select fire versions in the M712 Schnellführer. The devastation of World War II resulted in Mauser's records being destroyed, so we'll never know how many were ultimately produced. However, it's estimated that close to 1 million of these pistols were manufactured, as well as many illegal copies. They ended up retaining a loyal following among many people, from Chinese warlords to Winston Churchill. They've been used in conflicts all over the world, from World War I and II, the Second Boer War, the Boxer Rebellion, many European civil wars, and even as late as the Korean and Vietnam Wars. This is impressive in that overall the gun is overly complicated and cumbersome, both in function and design. With few exceptions of detachable magazines, they relied on awkward reloading procedures, and they have an ungainly shape. While innovative at the time they were developed, it very quickly became obsolete, with much more modern, simpler, and efficient designs replacing it. Today, it's a highly sought-after collectible firearm. The features that ultimately doomed it to the archives of history are what make it so desirable. It's different, and in its own way elegant. Thanks for joining me today, and I would ask you to subscribe so you don't miss anything, and until next week, stay safe.